is up, YouTube? The day Monday. Hey, check this out, y'all. It's Monday. It's 7:30. It's 7:30, and we heard Jack Diddy squad of the judge. See this judge right here, man. I think he's scared. I think the judge scared. he gonna do the right thing, but he's scared. The judge left the courtroom, man. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. The judge left the courtroom, and he said, "What? I'll be back in a moment. Give me a minute. I'll come back with my answer. Or give me some time." I don't know the exact words, but he was like, he said, "I'll make my decision. I'll get back to you shortly." Something like that, right? Something along those lines. And that was Friday. So everybody waiting around and wait. Oh my God, I'm glad I ain't go up there for that one. Oh my gracious. Then the whole weekend, I told you, I tried to tell y'all. I said Tuesday. Or Wednesday. That's what I said. I said Monday. So, because it's like, they waiting on me. They gonna say, well, he ain't come back Friday, so he gonna definitely have an answer Monday. Because Saturday, Sunday, man, I'm playing golf. I'm doing my thing, my weekend. I'm off. I ain't touching this. So the clock starts back up Monday, and I still haven't made a decision yet. That's what the judge. So I've been looking all over. Has the judge came with nothing? Because it'd be all over the YouTube and everything. I only look for YouTube, man. I'm a YouTuber, so I ain't. Anyway, so I want to see what Tisha Tells have to say with her. Bless her heart. I don't know how we got out of shape to here. One thing before we get started, man. Hey, police beatdown. Check this out, man. I'm gonna show this real quick. I think I'm gonna show something. It was right here. I was right here. I've been looking all over the place, man. I've been looking all over the place. Here we go. Police beat down, man. Beat down is one word. Y'all know Uncle Mike got something to do with that part. Right? I'm going to change it. Police beat should be spaced then down. But do a search for police beat down and then go check our links below. This is our new channel, man. And I'm hoping that this Diddy thing it's about to be over with. Give it 2 more months. People gonna be on to the next subject. But what everybody talking about now, so anyway, police beat down, man. It's our new channel that we starting. We got 51 subscribers, man. Thank y'all. Watch a video, man. Leave a comment. You don't even have to watch. Look, you can turn the volume down. Just let it sit while you go to sleep or something, especially one of them hour-long ones, man. We're helping. This channel is going to help us financially so we can actually help some people. Yeah. That's my whole goal. Anyway, hi, baby. How you doing? You want to say hi to the people? Nope. She ain't paying attention. She just like to look. She get front row seats, y'all. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Check this out, man. We got all kinds of stuff to do. But I want to start this thing off right. Because Uncle Mike's in the house tonight. We can X that out. Where we at? I've been doing yeah, right here. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. This is her part 3, live cut part 3. We're gonna do part 1 and part 3. We already did part 2. I don't know how that happened, y'all. But part 3, then we're gonna go back to part 1.
Money from it.
Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I should have started off with a song, but I talked long enough. Let's check this bad boy.
I am Hollywood. Hey, Love Buzz 1111. Positive vibes. How are you? Listen, so the defense is basically arguing that, again, because Diddy didn't get money from it, then it can't be prostituting. it's
bullshit.
it's a benign but also an absurd but also legally savvy argument. As we've seen in the Diddy trial, things that make sense in real life, if you can get around the legal happenings and doing, it could be different, okay? And you could have the outcome that Diddy got, where he got off on the RICO. But here's the thing. Judge Aaron is looking that he doesn't want to go out on a ledge, maybe, and start a new precedent. But if he rules for Diddy's side, he is starting a very, very, very new precedent, okay? And what is that precedent? The precedent is that Diddy, basically, that if you are a sex trafficker, right? And well, let's just say what happened. If you are a sex trafficker and you somehow make money on the dark web making smut films about donkeys, lions, chickens, geeses, and like all the inhabitants of the Magic School Bus, and you argue, well, I ain't get any money for it. Does that change the definition of what it is that you actually did? Now, I would argue, and I hope the U.S. Attorney's Office, we're waiting for them to respond, is also going to argue, we all know in today's day and age, you can have benefit outside of making money from it. Sex trafficking doesn't have to be that you're just getting these people, or even the
money
under the Mann Act, even the prostitute, just to make money off of it. That would imply that you are a PIMP, which I think an argument can be made. But hear me out. Because on the World Wide Web, especially the dark web, when it comes to PDF files and weirdos and stuff like that, people that are into things that can wind you up in jail, okay? They have chat groups, and they have a whole society, and they have chat groups. And those chat groups, the only way you can get in is by trading, because they're so paranoid about being caught. They're so paranoid about they're so paranoid about getting caught. They're so paranoid about the feds infiltrating their chat that they make you show illegal material, kind of like you're showing ID to get into a club.
That's true.
You are running a ring, you are sex trafficking, or you are engaging in prostitution and moving prostitutes over state lines.
We did a video, man, that I thought was very interesting. This guy was he was undercover for like 5 years to catch this ring of people, and he was saying things like that. And he said, man, I had to actually do things that I didn't want to do just to let them know I'm down with them. And he said, I never touched anybody, and I never actually had sex with a little girl. But we had to he said something about he was in the room by himself with a little kid, and he didn't know what to do. So he started talking to the kid, and the kid would say, I'm glad you said that, because I don't want to do this either. And so he really talked to the kid, said, if you want out of this, I can get you out now. So he called one of his people and everything. I know this is a whole different story. He called one of his people, one of his agents, female, to come pick the girl up. Said just keep saying ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. So he took her to go get some ice cream. It was an interesting story. And next thing you know, she got her out of there. And he didn't have to touch her, but he stayed undercover. He didn't blow his cover. Ta-ta!
You're doing all of that. The only thing is, what is it of value? Value can be more than money. But again, Diddy's team is trying to argue that value is only money, which oddly enough, that seems to be like what a lot of people in
Diddy's world.
That seems to be what a lot of people in Diddy's life
honestly
argue. They seem to only value money, and they seem to only value things that get money. Right? Somebody's a good person, they can take you to the Met Gala. You don't even realize that you're the charity. That's a good deed he did, taking you to the Met Gala. Somebody's a good person, they can buy you Chanel, take you shopping for Gucci. How lowly do you have to think about yourself and be morally bankrupt? This is not even to say about the men that did this, supported him to get a few dollars instead of doing an honest day's labor and getting a job at IKEA, building furniture. the whole point is, it's like we all know from the materialistic society and the people that surround Diddy, yeah, there's lots of things of value outside of money because that's what they're going. They had the smecks. That is willfully caused. Shapiro realizes this kind of blows up her argument. So now she's interjecting. Your Honor, if I may respond. The judge looks at Diddy's defense attorney and says, Ms. Shapiro, I'll give you time at closing. Ms. Slavic, now he wants to talk to another U.S. attorney. Ms. Slavic, the U.S. attorney Slavic. Your Honor, the record does not show that every time an escort traveled and had smecks, that the smecks act was filmed. They only say routinely filmed. He frequently filmed free calls or hotel nights. But Your Honor, not all the time. So why is this important? Because they are literally trying to say that.
So he shouldn't get all the time. He should get some of the time. That's why it's going to be 6 years. Because he didn't film all the time. What is you talking about, man? A crime is a crime. Well, I didn't do it all the time. All it takes is one time you commit a crime. What are you talking about? And these are smart lawyers. They are smart lawyers. They can't figure this out. I don't understand them.
Diddy was basically filming amateur bong chicka bong bong. And here's the thing. He only has 2 counts for the Mann Act. So they don't have to show every single time it was filmed. They can even, I don't think they'll give the ground, but they can be like, okay, fine. Maybe those 6 times you filmed it and you can say that was amateur P. But this time you didn't film it and you helped arrange travel and you did this and that. So that is prostituting. And that time you didn't film it and you helped arrange travel and your employee set up. So that's prostituting. So that's what they're saying. But right now they don't want to give up too much ground. Again, the Diddy docket has said that prostituting involves engaging, and they're not saying this is the legal definition, that prostituting involves engaging, agreeing, or offering to engage in sexual conduct with another person in return for free. Again, I do want to know, was there ever a time that you engaged in smex with a person and they did not receive payment, and that you were not the person that paid them? Because we all know that Diddy was brown paper bagging. So USA Slavic, just to remind you, she's continued her argument, but let me just take it from the top. Your Honor, the record does not show that every time an escort traveled and had smex with the Smex Act was filmed. They only say routinely filmed. He frequently filmed free calls or hotel nights, but not all the time. USA Slavic continues. Your Honor, the explicit videos chart show that there was travel for smex, but sometimes there were no videos recovered of those encounters. We can pull the exhibits. Judge actually cuts her off. Counselor, hold up. You argue that even if they were filmed, it wouldn't matter? USA Slavic. Right. You got it. She literally was like, right. USA Slavic continues. Your Honor.
That's what I'm saying.
The Mann Act criminalizes.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, so if he didn't film it, then the crime, that's like saying, I'm going to go into a bank and rob it. But I didn't leave with the money. What is you talking about, man?
Counselor, hold up. You argue that even if they were filmed, it wouldn't matter? USA Slavic. Right. You got it. She literally was like, right. USA Slavic continues. Your Honor, the Mann Act criminalizes travel for prostituting, not filming smex. The test for symbolic speech is whether there is an intent to convey a meaning. The transportation conveys no message, so there is no symbolic speech here. She goes on to say, because she's cooking down, Your Honor, in O'Brien, the protected symbolic speech was the burning of draft cards. If you guys don't know, O'Brien case was when they literally tried to throw this person in jail because they were burning their draft cards and they were against the Vietnam War. And the government was like, that's government property. You're going to jail for destroying government property. And O'Brien was like, no, this is freedom of speech. I am making an unspoken statement by burning this draft card. Now, the unspoken statement is F you, but that is my freedom of speech, not destruction of government property. Anyway, USA Slavic said, and O'Brien, the protected symbolic speech was the burning of draft cards. Here, Your Honor, transportation is not symbolic speech. So then the judge interjects, and this is what worries me a little bit. Judge Aaron says, so if a movie producer is making pornographic, polopographic films, are you saying the First Amendment is not implicated? USA Slavic, Your Honor, that's a closer call. Okay? That's a closer call. USA Slavic wants to clarify. She says, Your Honor, and the other cases cited, the producers said when they were transported, hey, we'll be filming a movie. Here, he only intended the individuals to engage in prostitution. The defendant here was not an amateur corn producer. And that is true. When you are an amateur corn producer, and if I was the U.S. Attorney's Office, I would go, if this argument does win, I hope it doesn't, but if it does, right? I would go after Diddy for tax evasion. Because if you were an amateur corn producer and you were paying people for work, where are the tax receipts? Where's the receipts? Where's the 1099s? Where's the W-2s? Where are the 1099s that you should have issued to these amateur corn actors, which are the hit with the ugly stick prostitutes? Where are they? Like, I want to know, where are they? Again, if you are saying that this was, like Salvis has said, you never said, hey, we're filming. You never had like special lighting bought besides like demonic candles in a circle. But do you see what I'm saying? You cannot just say, I cannot just say, hey, I'm an employee that works for Donald Trump, because things need to be proven. You'd be like, if you're an employee, where's your employee benefits? Do you have an employee ID? Do you have a W-2? Do they pay you in a paycheck? Well, no. I mean, I work freelance. I'm a contract employee.
That's crazy. All right. Yeah, Diddy, man. Society needs to, I'm going to wait to the end. Society needs to realize that Diddy is he got to do the time. He got to, man.
Welcome
this is number one
to the whole Diddy live, Diddy tribe, Diddy whatever
Diddy tribe.
Okay, so let's get into this, all right?
Talk to me.
Let's get into this. So Diddy's he's in that tan gel suit. You know, he mad. I wonder if he's still leaving his gray hairs out open, trying to act like, I wonder if that's what he's doing. He's leaving his gray hair still in, still trying to play that old man river. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. All rise, right? The clerk, who I believe is Anthony, is like, no, the clerk says appearances. Alexander Shapiro stands up. Your Honor, with us is Mark Garagos. Sorry, Tinny Garagos. Diddy's team keeps trying to name drop like Judge Aaron is an MF and groupie. Okay, Shapiro, we see what you're doing. Again, Shapiro is in charge of this appeal. So that is why she is taking the spearhead for this, all right? Judge Aaron says, you don't have to take the full 15 minutes if you've said all you need. Okay. Please proceed. Already, Judge Aaron is letting us know he's not with the BS. He literally told Diddy's side before they even started with the ish and giggles, you don't have to tell us anything. Don't take the full 15 minutes. If you've written everything you need to say, can we just move on? It sounds like he's already made up his mind. It sounds like he is already made up his mind. But let's continue, shall we? He then goes on to say, so the U.S. attorney stands up, right? The U.S. attorney stands up and says, Your Honor, we point you to U.S. v. Kelly, Second Circuit, 2025. If you guys don't know where the ways, well, let me tell you what the Kelly, and then I'll tell you why it's important.
Okay.
Which stands that Combs Rule 29 arguments had to have been raised pre-trial. or else they're waived. Rule 29, if you guys don't know, is for the acquittal new trial stuff. They're trying to say that, baby, you are out of statute of limitations. The same thing that Diddy keeps using when they're like, oh, a victory for Diddy, because the issue he did was maybe 7 years ago, 10 years ago. They don't have relevant proof. The government hit it right back and said, this Rule 29 motion, it's not. Now, here's the thing. Another thing why this is so strong is you realize that if a court case happens in California, okay, and it's federal court, it is persuasive. A federal judge can look to that and be like, oh, okay, so maybe I can use that. Because here's the thing, judges sometimes set precedents when there's a brand new ruling, but sometimes they literally when they set precedents, but sometimes judges will veer off. Now, why is that important? Because when you're trying to convince a judge to do what you want, it's basically like standing in front of your parents and being like, but you let Ben and them go. You let Hakeem and them go. But we was just talking to Lacey and you let her go. Because it's like, if you can show that other judges have agreed with what I'm trying to tell you, judges really feel more comfortable ruling in that thing, because judges never want to go out on a limb. However, if you look at what they said, the U.S. attorney says, we point to the U.S. v. Kelly Second Circuit 2025. So outside of New York, that's persuasive. Precedence is where someone in your own home did it. They're saying this is Second Circuit, which is Southern District of New York. They are saying it is 2025. And they are saying the facts are very, very nearly what Diddy's is. And it shows that this Rule 29 motion just isn't going to go. So already, despite what the morally decrepit, morally bankrupt Diddy supporters that are begging this man to pay their rent. You know, people say women are groupies. You ain't seen a groupie. You ain't seen a groupie since you seen a bum around another man with money. Baby, that is all hoes on the floor. That is open wide and say ha. And there's a lot of podcasters, a lot of men groupies. Well, people old enough to be men, right? Literally on their knees begging, please, 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 Diddy, I need, can I get? I think that's where their anger for women come from, because they're mad that most women have assets to get them in rooms that they even can't even get on the rooms on their knees. But that's just my opinion about a lot of these male YouTubers and podcasters supporting Diddy. That's my opinion. And the women that are supporting these men that are supporting Diddy, well, baby, they're like the last slice of pizza. There is nothing more bitter in this world than a pick-me who's aged out of the pick-me trifecta. You must be beautiful, you must be young, and you must be dumb. They need all three. And when you see a woman age out of that, it's sad. Or they don't even fit the criteria. It's sad. It's sad. The level of hate they inflict on all women. Anyway, Jesus wept. But what am I to do, right? So anyway, so the USA attorney, they were directly answering the judge's first question. Any case that is deemed a defendant Rule 29 argument is waived or forfeited, right? So Judge Aaron responds. He says, let's separate out the jury instructions. You're saying that this defendant's constitutional arguments should have been made at the Rule 12 stage? The USA Johnson, this is Emily Johnson, right? She was part of the original Dream Team. Shout out to Maureen Comey. I hope she gets her justice. Emily Johnson, the U.S. attorney, says, Your Honor, that's correct. Judge Aaron. The defense is making an as-applied argument that they can do on Rule 29, right? The U.S. attorney, Emily Johnson, hits back, Your Honor, I'm going to push back on their reading of the cases in Dennis. The defendant was arguing that he couldn't be tried without infringing on the First Amendment. The parties agreed. It was only about sufficiency. Judge Aaron jumps in. Okay, counselor, but the court went right past waiver. Okay, this is getting interesting. So they're basically arguing whether Diddy even got his request for Rule 29, whether he even got it in during the deadline. The government is saying you should have bought that up even before trial started, right? You should have bought this up either before trial started or at an earlier stage, which is a Rule 12. There's Rule 12B, which is the most famous one. That is a motion to dismiss. They're saying that you should have bought this up at the motion to dismiss stages. Motion to dismiss can be before trial. They can be during trial. They can be before the jury is sent out, and they can be when the jury comes back. But it must be renewed each time. And they're saying, much like that, this is what should actually be in there. This is getting good. This is getting good. Okay. So the U.S. Attorney's Office. Now, in the meantime, why this is going on, this is being live tweeted. Don't worry, you guys. I will definitely be at the sentencing, but life happens. I have a family and a man that needs me. So, but I will 100% be at the sentencing. But I will say to this, the sentence, everybody's saying that Diddy is going to walk free today. You are on crack and you don't understand the American sentence. See, here's the thing. Even if Diddy is acquitted, and I talked about this in a video, but I'll talk about this here while we're waiting for more information to come out of the courtroom. Even if Diddy is acquitted, the prosecution still has a chance to appeal, and they will appeal quickly because they will think that the judge got it wrong. Now, Judge Aaron has not shown any instances that he actually thinks, oh, you guys hit the like button, hit the share. You know, I'm trying to grow. I have a lot of oh, thank you. You guys, everybody give a shout out to House of Glam. It was her birthday. Thank you, Jamie.
House of Glam
I finally took your advice on lighting. Okay, but here's the thing. Everybody say happy birthday to House of Glam. She is a Libra, you can tell. She is drop dead gorgeous, and she is a Libra. But y'all, Libra season is upon us. And they ain't gonna let us forget that they are the Avengers of Truth, and also the Venus blessed them with the beauty and booty. But anyway, listen. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying about this. Even if he does get an acquittal, and I don't think so, because Judge Aaron said he couldn't be in his tan jumpsuit. The U.S. Attorney's Office is coming out swinging. All this stuff is going on, okay? It doesn't look like that's going to be it doesn't look like it's going to be granted. But even if it is, the prosecution has a chance to appeal. It's a small window, but the prosecution is going to take it. They're going to appeal. Diddy will not walk free today, no matter what happens. As far as him getting a new trial, I have said I have some concerns that there might be something that literally goes into with the definition of prostitution. If Shapiro and Driscoll, who's really good at these like little nuances, if they can make a good argument to get the new trial. However, he's going to take the arguments. Every legal profession I talk to, again, they're not God, but they say that he's going to think on it, review everything, and he's going to make his ruling sometime next week. They believe that Diddy will be sentenced before his acquittal comes out. Okay. So anyway, so getting back into it, the U.S. attorney says that she wanted to push back on a lot of things. Okay.
There we go. She cut that one. She cut that one in a weird spot right there, man. That's my warm up for the day, y'all. Man, Diddy, I'm looking at it more like this. If the judge allows him off, right, that means in the future, people can go back and look at this, this case to compare what their case is happening in the future, right? You understand? Just like this judge is telling Diddy to go back and get all these other cases, because they kind of look at these cases to determine what's the best outcome should be. Judge got to think about that also. So years down the line, they're going to say, this famous person, Diddy, Brother Love, whatever he call himself, did this thing, right? He done beat the RICO, this, that, and the third, and he got these 2 counts or whatever the case may be. What was the outcome of that case? Well, 14 months? Hell no, man. That's bullshit. No. He got to think about that. He also got to think about the fact that all these people been hurt and all these civil cases, all this stuff, man. Are y'all gonna get the man or y'all gonna let him walk? Make up your goddamn mind. That's why he ain't even feeding into the. Look at this thing, man. Friday. What the heck did they say in that court building that make them say, I gotta wait a whole weekend, all day Friday, the whole weekend, plus all day Monday? He still haven't came with an answer. Man, get out of here. I don't know what to say, man. Only thing I know is Friday is your deadline, cousin. Judge, you got to step up now. You got to step up and do some do something. Show us where your kahunas is at. Is that, I wonder if you say a Spanish word, which means balls, will you two get mad at you over that? I got to look that up. Where's your basketballs and stuff? What you gonna do, Judge? It's the buck is in your court, baby. I think I'm gonna go up there, man. I haven't decided yet, man. I think I'm gonna be going up there. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Don't forget to check out our new channel, man. Police Beatdown. While we were doing the reaction, I changed it because beatdown should be 2 words. So watch this. So I hit refresh. Bam, now it's 2 words. Police Beatdown. That looks better. It looks better. The website look clean and everything, man. And this website, bruh, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this is going to open up some doors for a lot of people, man. So if y'all want to see some reactions of what Uncle Mike is about to do next in my life, I'm great straight up help people, man. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.